Well, hello and welcome back to the Inevitable Gym. On today's episode, we have a surprise. We are on the way to pick up a new piece of equipment. It arrived at the trucking company terminal, so I've got the trailer hooked up. We're headed over to pick it up, and I just wanted to bring you guys along for the ride and show you what the exciting news is. Be right back. All right, so here we are, and we're picking it up. Freight company's getting it set on the trailer here, and that's the big surprise. All right, so what do we have here? Let's take us a peek. Who's that from? That's right, we got us a Wildfire Lift. Now, you guys have been waiting for a lift review, and I haven't done it yet, but there's some reasons, and so a lot has changed in the old lift area for the Inevitable Gym and in my shop. I'll get into that a little bit later. But Brad and the crew sent us up a Wildfire Lift. Now, I gotta tell you, as soon as I got it, I got a confirmation email on the order, which was great, excellent communication. And it said once we get it ready to ship, we'll be in touch. So, a few days later, I get another email. Hey, we got your lift in, it's getting ready to ship. And that email showed up with a nice little video as to what to expect, because as you can see, you're not just gonna pick this up with a regular pickup truck. So you need to know what kind of equipment to show up with. Then a few days later, I get another email saying, hey, it's been picked up and is shipped. Again, along with some nice videos, including how to unbox it, some assembly such. And I tell you what, the communication throughout the process of getting this lift has been incredible. Big shout out to Brad and the crew for the excellent communication. We got it on here, we got it strapped down, and I think it's time to take it home. Alrighty, we're back to the shop now, and as you can see, we have the Wildfire Lift here on the trailer. We started unpackaging it and getting all the cardboard off. So we have Dan and we have Aaron, and they're going to help me get this put together. So we're going to get this unboxed and kind of show you the process as we go. Throughout this, we're going to have the time lapse going, showing you some chunks of that, and we'll stop and show you the more important points as we go. So it comes very well packaged, as you can see. Everything's kind of bolted together, very well bubble wrapped. It was totally wrapped in cardboard and such, and very well protected. The bridge jack comes in its own crate. Power unit comes in its own box, which was in that void there. And all the hardware and slides and everything are here as well. The cool thing I want to show you, this one comes with a very nice full color instruction manual that actually matches the product you're trying to put together. What a novel idea there. Yeah. So we're going to get to work. So as we're unpacking this, the guys are getting all the bubble wrap and such off. I wanted to hop in here and just share a few things about the whole experience so far with the Wildfire Lift versus my experience with other hoist companies. And I've bought hoists before for the shops and such too. The communication, I'm telling you, it is top notch. From the point that I got a hoist coming, you know, we got one on the way. The text and the email communication is just off the top. I could show you on my phone the videos. You get a text saying, okay, your order's confirmed. You get a text when it's getting ready to be shipped. They show you what it looks like, what to expect. Comes with videos explaining exactly what to expect, how big the package is going to be, what you need to do to pick it up at the terminal. And then once it ships, how long it takes, when to expect it, who's going to call you. Everything, the whole 9 yards. And it comes in video form as well, so you know exactly what to expect every step of the way. And I can't tell you how awesome that is. And then as you saw, the manual, it's an actual full color manual with very detailed pictures of the actual product you're putting together. I can't tell you how many times the other hoists I got in November, plus other products you get, and it's a very, very rudimentary, elementary, black and white drawings that look like they've been Xeroxed 72,000 times, and they're fuzzy and you can't quite see detail, and it might not even be pictures of the unit you're putting together. I can't tell you how amazing the instruction manual itself is, and we are so impressed, my guys are so impressed, and we haven't even got it out of the package yet, and we're impressed. So wanted to hop in and share that with you. We're going to keep getting the bubble wrap and everything stripped out, get these posts laid out, we'll show you the initial layout and be back for more. And up one end goes. Just that easy. Ready, break. And just like that, we have the other end now. Once you get your cross beams in, and the nylon sliders go in here, and then we have the top plates that get bolted on, help keep those in. To make things a little easier, because the forklift driver at the terminal did put the lift in the center of my trailer, we kind of want to make things a little easier to get to with the cherry picker. So we did jack up each end with a jack and just slid it over on the trailer. Just makes it easier, because I'm telling you, even with two guys, you're not going to lift one end of this package. So just a little tip. Just a little tip. The instructions are pretty clear, but the first runway you move has the ram in it. You can see the hydraulic ram underneath there. And it's important that when you're getting the strap hooked up, that you don't necessarily grab it in the middle, because it's going to be offset. The weight's going to be offset. It's not perfectly balanced because of the weight of the ram. So they have you bring the strap a foot this way. And just to understand that we do have full QC oversight occurring. The QC department is right down here. QC is definitely on site and in full operating status. So we're finding that balance point, as mentioned in the instructions, to be 1 foot off center because of the weight of the ram. I really can't say enough about how well the instruction manual is. It gives you all kinds of little tips and tricks, and we're trying to follow all of them. But I mean, I keep saying it, but this manual is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Somebody took some time to actually put it together to help you assemble one. Runway set on the goal posts, as we become the nickname is we give them the goal posts, and then bolted in. One thing I'm going to say for sure is they bubble wrap the snot out of your lift. If your lift shows up and it's got a scratch on it, somebody mishandled it really bad, because when it leaves Wildfire, this thing is packaged to the hilt. That's not a complaint. I'm impressed. Now the other runway is basically, when it's packaged, is quote unquote upside down. So we have to hook to it and flip the stand over so that we can unbolt it and lift it right side up, if that makes sense. Voila. So apparently Dan's icrometer is becoming more and more dialed in as he lunged the cherry picker into the general vicinity, and the hook landed directly dead center. So he's going to claim that as an micrometer win. Getting ready to run the cables here, and the nice thing about a Wildfire Lift, all the cables are pre-run. They're zip tied up under here, you snip them down, but they're basically all at the right, they lay out logically as to which corner they go to, and you don't have to guess. Well, it's at this point of the installation that we gave Dan a raise. Putting the lids on the top of the post here, and then we're getting ready to pull those cables on through. And it's actually, the way they got it set up makes it fairly easy. On getting the safety releases all set up, and we should be able to get the pump on it and raise it and lower it. Alright, we got all the safety locks adjusted, got the hydraulic hose in place, pump motor is installed, and we are filling her up with fluid. We're getting close to having the lift off. Then we got to get the bridge jack in. That thing is, it's stout on the weight side there, isn't it, Aaron?
Oh yeah.
Alright, we're going to run it up and down, purge the air out of it. Be right back. We got the WF4500A here. We can get that lifted up with a cherry picker here and swung over and dropped into the lift here. Just a few minutes. basic installation is pretty much wrapped up. We've got the bridge jack in, the hoist is going up right now. Now, if you're in the market for a 4-post drive-on lift, and you want to actually work on the unit, actually put a car on it and do some wrenching, please, please, please buy a column and sleeve unit. That's what I call, I'm sure there's a technical term, but this is what I call a sleeve unit. There's a column, and the crossbar has a full square tubing that's encapsulated around the tube. Talk about stable, especially if you're not going to bolt it down like most people don't. These come with the caster kit, so you can relocate them easily. As you can see on their website, it's covered. It's awesome. But you've got to be safe, and I highly encourage you looking into that. Of course, all Wildfire lifts are the sleeve style lift. And here's another huge advantage to the amazing Wildfire lift. These ramps, aluminum ramps. These things are feather light. And I'm telling you what, they're reinforced. Check out the backside here. They're reinforced and they will handle the weight of a full-size vehicle. If you have ever tried to lift up steel ramps like this for a drive-on lift, you know what I'm talking about. Those things are heavy. Aluminum ramps, nice touch. Well, I told you I would kind of go into detail why we're making a switch to Wildfire. Some of you know I did buy some lifts last November at SEMA. And it's not the product big issue, it's the company, okay? Unfortunately, when it comes to what I represent and what I endorse, I have to believe in the company. I have to believe in the ethics and the entire package when it comes to something I'm going to endorse and put my name on. And I'm not going to get into reasons, but I was no longer comfortable doing that there. I reached out to Brad and the guys at Wildfire looking to purchase a lift, actually, and long story short, they decided to send us one, and I think it's awesome, and I want to give them a big thanks because we do very much appreciate it. After spending time talking with Brad, and we spent a lot of time chatting, the thing is, it's a family business. You can call up and talk right to them, and I have absolute 100% faith in the ethics of the company, the service of the company, and the people that you're going to deal with at Wildfire. And it's a product that I can really put my name behind and endorse and say, hey, this is a good place to buy a lift. So if you're sitting there going, dang, that's a nice lift, Jim, and you'd like one of your own, just go to wildfirelifts.com and check it out for yourself. They've got all kinds of pictures and models and different sizes and lengths, and they'll be more than happy to consult with you, talk to you about what your exact specific needs are, and match their product and the best lift to your needs. So again, if you are in the market for a lift, please go to wildfirelifts.com or click on the link below. So that's the reason we have a Wildfire lift now, and we are absolutely excited and thrilled and can't wait to put it to work. It was a great project. I don't know, if you get real crafty and watch the time lapse in the video, you'll notice it only took about 3 hours start to finish to put the entire unit together with 2 guys. Not bad for 2 guys that, we're not hoist installers, okay? As I've mentioned over and over and over, the assembly manual is absolutely stellar in helping with that process. There's tips and tricks, and if you follow it, it's going to save you hours, trust me. So thanks for joining us and watching us put together our new Wildfire lift. If you are in the market for a lift, of course, absolutely get a hold of Wildfire Lifts at wildfirelifts.com, and you can check that also out, the link in the description. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, appreciate it. But first of all and foremost, go out in your garage, work on that ride, have some fun.